Hi everyone, I am Sanjay Arda from New Delhi, India. Today I will demystify the concepts of kidnapping and abduction. Sections 359, 360 and 361 of the Indian Penal Code 1860, in short, called the IPC, deal with the offense of kidnapping. Section 359 of the IPC says that kidnapping is of two kinds. First, kidnapping from India. Second, kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Section 360 of the IPC defines kidnapping from India. Section 360 of the IPC provides whoever conveys any person beyond the limits of India without the consent of that person or some other person legally authorized to give consent on behalf of that person is said to kidnap that person from India. Section 360 of the IPC requires three essentials. First, the person kidnapped was at the time of the offense in India. Second, the accused conveyed him or her beyond the limits of India. Third, the accused did so without his or her consent or without the consent of some other person legally authorized to give consent on behalf of that person. If such person consents or any other person legally authorized to give consent on behalf of that person consents, no offense of kidnapping from India can be committed. A person of any age can be kidnapped from India. The maximum punishment for the offense of kidnapping from India under Section 363 of the IPC may extend up to 7 years and fine. Section 361 of the IPC is related to kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Section 361 of the IPC provides whoever takes or entices a minor under 16 years of age if a male, or 18 years of age if a female, or a person of unsound mind keeps them out of the keeping of lawful guardian and without the consent of such guardian is said to kidnap such minor or other person from lawful guardianship. There is an explanation of appended to section 361 of the IPC. The explanation says that the term lawful guardian includes any person, a person lawfully entrusted with the care or custody of minor or such other person. There is also an exception to section 361 of the IPC. Section 361, the exception of section 361 of the IPC provides that section 361 of the IPC does not extend to any act committed by any person who in good faith believes himself to be the lawful guardian of an illegitimate child or entitled to the custody or care of such minor, such illegitimate child, unless such act is committed for immoral or unlawful purposes. Section 361 of the IPC requires 5 essentials. First, taking or enticing away of a minor or an insane person. Second, the minor should be under the age of 16 years if a male, or under the age of 18 years if a female, or a person of unsound mind. There is no defense. It is no defense that the accused said that he didn't know that the aggrieved one is underage, or that he believed that he or she had no guardian. The third ingredient of section 361 of the IPC is that such person was under the keeping of lawful guardian. Now, the term guardian does not necessarily mean parents. The term guardianship also implies control. Therefore, a minor who is walking on the street out of the house of his father does not cease to be under the legal guardianship, under the keeping of lawful guardianship of his father. Therefore, if an accused entices such minor, the accused would be convicted under section 361 of the IPC. There is a case that there was a minor orphan girl who accompanied a woman to a tour. There, the minor orphan girl was persuaded by X to depart with them without the knowledge of that woman, and she did. Thereafter, she was later betrothed to X's son Y, and Jed, after some time, persuaded that minor orphan girl to depart with him, and she did. Now the question arises: Is the X convicted for kidnapping is the Jed convicted for kidnapping from lawful guardianship of X. The trial court convicted the accused, but the High Court quashed the order of the trial court, holding that the X was not the lawful guardian of the minor, as the X has not been given the lawful custody, lawfully entrusted of the custody or care of that minor orphan girl. So this was the bizarre decision in a case. And if a minor abandons his or her father's house of his own accord and has no intention of returning to the house, then that minor is not under the keeping of lawful guardianship. Next, the accused took or enticed such minor out of the keeping of lawful guardianship. Now, in a case of Govindan Kutty 1957, it was the case decided by the Kerala High Court, where the term take has been defined. The term take means to cause to go, to escort, or to get into possession. Enticing is a form of taking. Enticing means an act of the accused which induces the person kidnapped to go to the kidnapper with the desire of being taken away. In case of Vardarajan versus State of Madras, AR 1965, page number 942, the Supreme Court observed that there is a distinction between taking and allowing a minor to accompany a person. If a minor leaves her father's protection, knowing and having capacity to know with full import what she is doing, and voluntarily joins the accused cannot be said to have taken her away from the keeping of lawful guardianship. And if such girl is seen in the company of the accused, it is not sufficient to invoke section 361 of the IPC. What has to be proved? That the accused has taken active part in minor leaving her guardian's house. The distance is also immaterial if an accused takes a minor out of the keeping and without the consent of such guardian, to the distance of 20 or 30 yards, the accused can be said to have committed the kidnapping from lawful guardianship. And there should be no the next point is there should be no consent on behalf of the lawful guardian. If such guardian consents to the minor being taken away or being carried away, the offense of kidnapping from lawful guardian cannot be committed. These are the 5 ingredients which have to be proved to prove the case under section 361 of the IPC. Now, what is abduction? Section 362 of the IPC provides for abduction. Section 362 of the IPC provides whoever by force compels or by deceitful means induces any person to go from any place. There are two prerequisites of section 362. First, there should be a forcible compulsion or inducement by deceitful means. Second, the object of such forcible compulsion or inducement by deceitful means must be to make any person go from any place. There should be actual force, and show or threat, or merely show or threat of force is not sufficient to invoke section 362 of the IPC. Abduction per se is not penalized. There should be criminal intent to prove the case of abduction. Like if I have abducted a person to play rummy with him, that is not abduction. But if I have abducted a person to kill him or to rob him, or I have abducted a person for ransom, then it would amount to abduction. If there is a lady, there is a grown-up woman who has been by force or against her will, taken away by some person, even to restore her to her husband, the offense of abduction has taken place. Now, what is meant by deceitful means? I would like to make you understand by giving you a very beautiful illustration. X is a man who wears the uniform of a police officer, and X convinces a girl to come with him to his house, and that girl, because of his misrepresentation, goes with X. Here, X has used deceitful means to commit the offense of abduction. Now, what is the distinction between kidnapping from India and kidnapping from lawful guardianship? A person of any age can be kidnapped from India, whereas only minors and lunatics can be kidnapped from lawful guardianship. Second, the want of consent has to be proved in the case of kidnapping from India, but the consent of the person kidnapped in the kidnapping from lawful guardianship is immaterial. The third, in the case of kidnapping from lawful guardianship, the offense is complete when the minor is actually taken away from the keeping of lawful guardianship. The kidnapping from lawful guardianship is not a continuous offense, so therefore it cannot be abated. But the kidnapping from India can be abated. Now the question arises: what is the difference between kidnapping and abduction? In kidnapping, the intention of the offender is immaterial, but in abduction, the criminal intent of the offender is material. Second, in the case of kidnapping from lawful guardian, the consent of the person kidnapped is immaterial, but there is no abduction if there is free consent of the person concerned. Third is the age factor. In case of kidnapping from lawful guardianship, the minor should be under the age of 16 years if a male, or under the age of 18 years if a female, or a person of unsound mind. But abduction can be committed in respect of a person irrespective of the age person, because no age bar is prescribed under section 362 of the IPC. Next, the fourth distinction between kidnapping and abduction is that if there is no guardian of a minor, the kidnapping from lawful guardianship cannot be committed against such minor. But in abduction, if a minor has no guardian, abduction can be committed in respect of such minor, because there should be an element of compulsion by force or inducement by deceitful means. Only either of them has to be proved in the court of law. Next, the kidnapping is not a continuing offense, but the abduction is a continuing offense. Says an accused induces a woman under the gunpoint to go with him, and that accused marries that girl, and the children are born out of this wedlock. That accused person can be convicted under the kidnapping from can be convicted under abduction, because abduction being a continuing offense can be the abductor can be penalized, can be punished under such under section 362 of the IPC. Next, the last distinction is that kidnapping is a substantive offense while the abduction is an auxiliary act, because in abduction a criminal intent has to be proved. So there are certain aggravated forms of abduction from section 364 onwards of the IPC. Now the question arises: can a major be kidnapped? The offense of kidnapping can be committed against a major in respect of the following two circumstances. The first is in case of kidnapping from India under section 360 IPC, and in case of the person of unsound mind under section 361 of the IPC. There is another thing I would like to draw your attention to this thing, There is a section 6A of the Hindu Minority and Guardian Act 1956. This section 6A of the Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act 1956 provides that father is the natural or real guardian. Father is the natural real guardian of the child if the age of the child is above 5 years. Till the age of 5 years, the child would be the mother would be the natural guardian of that child. Suppose there is a couple who have been living under the decree of judicial separation granted by the family court, and the child stays with father, with father mother, without the consent of without the consent of her without the consent of the child's father takes away her child out of the keeping of lawful guardianship of father. In case the age of child is above 5 years, mother can be convicted under section 361 of the IPC for kidnapping from lawful guardianship. So I have dwelled on the concepts of kidnapping and abduction, and I think I have made it in a very lucid manner. So happy learning, break a leg. Thanks.